It's easy to get complacent about the intensity of day-to-day life in the Middle East, but right now not only is Israel still in the middle of a very serious multi-front war on their borders, but Iran, their real enemy, is growing more desperate by the day. I'm Ben Hilton, and this is the Israel Guys. In a recent intelligence report, top American officials believe that there's a secret team of Iranian scientists who are working on a different route to nuclear weapons. This route is a less advanced method than what they have been working on over the last couple of years, but it could be much quicker. Basically, Iran has been accumulating a stockpile of enriched uranium for quite some time now, and this new information suggests that this covert team may be able to turn the uranium into a functional nuclear weapon within months. And what a lot of people don't realize is that Iran actually needs this to work. The current regime has sworn to destroy the state of Israel through jihad. They spent years building up their proxies around Israel to do this and also trying to build nuclear weapons. And thank God, over the last year and a half, Israel has completely humiliated Iran. One by one, Iran's proxies have been completely neutralized. And due to Israel's active physical and cyber sabotage of Iran's nuclear program, to date, they have not succeeded in building the ultimate bomb. But Muslim regimes dedicated to jihad don't take public humiliation quietly, especially when it comes to Israel. This is why, from their perspective, Iran must build nuclear weapons. It is their last hope of restoring their honor when it comes to Israel. All of this comes in the wake of President Trump sending a very clear message to the world. Since his inauguration 3 weeks ago, Trump has been working around the clock to advance his America First agenda. But this week, he made time to invite Israel's Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu to Washington for a series of meetings. Even though the White House is in the process of cutting back most foreign aid to countries around the world to again advance President Trump's America First agenda, they aren't cutting aid to Israel. Trump just announced yesterday that he will be asking Congress to approve almost $1 billion in weapon sales to Israel. The sales would include almost 5,000 1,000-pound bombs and more armored bulldozers. Also, Trump is still pushing Egypt and Jordan to accept Gazans who want to relocate. King Abdullah of Jordan will be coming to Washington to have a series of talks with Trump on February 11th, and we can only assume that Jordan giving asylum to Gazans will be a major part of these meetings. President Trump is also in conversation with Egypt, although the nature of these talks isn't readily apparent. All of this sends a very clear message to the Arab world and to Iran. America has Israel's back. The traditional war of jihad that they've been pursuing against Israel will not succeed. They can either give up this dream of destroying the state of Israel, or they can do something more desperate, like pursuing a nuclear bomb. And cutting corners to get there sooner may just be what they have to do. In a minute, I'm going to break down a developing story in Israel about an infiltration of an IDF base in Samaria in the midst of the huge operation happening there. But first, many Christians feel alone in their support for Israel, especially in a world that tries to delegitimize the Jewish people's right to exist. But you don't have to stand alone. We could not be more excited to announce the second annual Israel Summit, a 3-day event in Dallas, Texas, to bring together thousands of like-minded pro-Israel advocates just like yourself. June 9th through 11th, 2025, join us at the Israel Summit in Dallas, Texas, where you'll connect with passionate, like-minded individuals from around the globe. Hear from world-class Israeli speakers, including Rabbis Jeremy Gimpel and Aryeh Bromowitz, Yishai Flesher, and so many more. Gain access to resources that will empower you to stand firm in your support of Israel. Be empowered with cutting-edge educational resources and tools to help you better advocate for Israel and the Jewish people. Join us in Dallas, Texas, June 9th through 11th, 2025. It's time to make a difference. It's time to stand with Israel. If you get your tickets early, you'll get an incredible 25% off. Don't wait though, because these prices won't last. Click the link in the description below to join us at this year's Israel Summit. Early this morning, at a military outpost near the Jordan Valley, a Palestinian terrorist was somehow able to infiltrate the IDF position. At around 6 a.m., the terrorist opened fire on 2 IDF soldiers who were leaving the outpost, killing one immediately and seriously wounding the second. The terrorist then opened fire on the other 9 IDF soldiers who were in the outpost. The soldiers obviously returned fire from inside and also from the watchtower connected to the outpost. A sustained firefight went on until the acting battalion commander of the area arrived with reinforcements and began engaging the terrorists. One of the IDF soldiers was finally able to hit the terrorist position with a grenade, wounding him, and then he was able to flee the scene but was quickly killed by nearby Israeli forces. All in all, the one soldier was sadly killed in the initial attack. The second one also sadly died of his wounds not that much later. 6 more IDF soldiers were wounded according to reports and given initial medical treatment on the site before being evacuated by helicopter to Israeli hospitals. All this comes as the IDF continues Operation Iron Wall, their huge counter-terror operation in Judea and Samaria. So far, the IDF has neutralized more than 50 Palestinian terrorists over the last 2 weeks and arrested 100 more. They have located and confiscated dozens of weapons and destroyed hundreds of explosives and IEDs set up as booby traps for the IDF. One of these IEDs was hit by an IDF vehicle last week near Shechem, and the blast tragically killed 1 soldier and wounded 4 others. In Jenin, the IDF have already destroyed 23 structures where terrorists were hiding explosive labs and weapons. Overall, there's a lot of intensive fighting still underway by the Israeli military, and probably this fighting won't slow down anytime soon. It's really good that the IDF is rooting through Samaria right now. Unfortunately, there are a lot of terrorists who are embedded in these huge towns in Shechem, in Jenin, and Ramallah, and so forth. And they need to be rooted out because this is the cause of a lot of terrorist attacks inside of Samaria and also Judea, Jerusalem as well. We need to continue to pray that the plans of Israel's enemies would be frustrated, that God will bring peace to Israel's borders very soon. Don't forget to check out our Israel Summit coming up. Registration will only be 25% off for a limited time, so reserve your spot now. The link is in the description. Guys, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the channel and get the conversation going down in the comments. As always, stop listening to the lies and propaganda and connect with the truth of what is happening in Israel. We'll be back here soon here at the Israel Guys.